Jadav is back at it here to give everyone my final Breaking Bad Season 1 episode reaction video, but before I continue with that, it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Breaking Bad that you take the initiative and pay attention to this episode title, which of course I'll put in the description for you. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I would suggest, and so would everyone else, that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be Breaking Bad Season 1, Episode 7, the season finale of Season 1. The title of this episode is called A No Rough Stuff Type Deal. This will be my reaction review recap of the episode. It starts off at a high school PTA meeting where Walt fondles Skyler beneath the conference room table, arousing her, and then they go to the parking lot and the two of them have sex in the back of Walt's car. Walt is beginning to get off on the danger of the situation. Walt likes danger. That stuff turns him on. Jesse, who is now living in the RV, puts his house on the market because he is too traumatized by the deaths of 8-Ball, or not 8-Ball, Crazy 8, and Emilio to continue living in that house. Now, Walt tells him about the deal with Tuco, but Jesse says producing 2 pounds of meth a week is impossible. His Smurfs, the people that supply him with the Sudafed, need to cook that is needed to cook the meth, can only supply so much per week, and it's definitely not anything close to that. So Walt says, "Oh, we'll get it done. Don't worry. Well, I'll find a way." And then Walt and Jesse meet Tuco and his men at a junkyard where they hand him approximately half a pound of meth. And then Tuco is furious that Walt's end of the bargain was not kept and pays him only $17,000. Now he gives Walt another chance next week, but Walt says he still wants the $70,000 that Tuco promised up front, despite not having the goods. So Tuco agrees to $52,500, which adds up to about $65,625, but threatens dire consequences if next week's quota is not met. To make up for it, Walt promises to have 4 pounds of meth by the next meeting, which is very overpromising, but Walt's got a plan, we know that. And then at Skyler's baby shower, Marie presents her with an expensive white gold baby tiara. This seems to really irritate Hank, and then in the yard, Walt and Hank have a philosophical conversation about the dividing line between legal and illegal behavior. And then that night, Walt tells Skyler that he is planning to spend a weekend at a sweat lodge after she expressed the desire for alternative therapy. In reality, Walt is actually cooking meth with Jesse. Now, Skyler goes to return the tiara and is detained in the store. It turns out that Marie apparently stole it, but Skyler matches her description. She pretends to go in labor, persuading them to let her go. Skyler later confronts Marie about it, but Marie calmly denies the no wrongdoing. And then Walt has a plan to manufacture the meth using different precursors and gives Jesse a list of chemicals and equipment to acquire with the cash fronted by Tuco. Jesse gets almost everything Walt requested except methylamine, which is kept tightly controlled. Jesse knows of a chemical warehouse where there are men willing to steal it and sell them methylamine for $10,000. Walt decides that they will steal the methylamine themselves by using an aluminum power and etch-a-sketches to make thermite. At night, Walt and Jesse trespass into a warehouse, subdue a security guard by locking him in a porta potty or a portable toilet, and place the thermite on the locked door, which melts the metal when it lit. The two steal a 40-gallon drum of methylamine and escape. Good thinking. They stole that terribly. Why didn't they just roll it instead of carrying it out? That's what I thought an error in the episode. Maybe rolling would have taken too long, but carrying probably took just as long because Walt and Jesse are both kind of weak. And then the next day, Walt and Jesse attempt to start the RV when mechanical problems prevent it from going anywhere. Faced with a deadline, they set up to cook in Jesse's basement, unaware that his realtor has planned an open house viewing for that afternoon. Jesse guards the door to the basement while Walt synthesizes the chemicals, and once a man asks to see the basement, Jesse demands that everybody leave. And then when Walt arrives back home, he learns of Marie's theft and wonders if Skyler would ever turn him in for a crime. But that just leads to an argument, really. And then the next morning, they meet with Tuco, and then Walt supplies 4.6 pounds of meth to Tuco. Despite it being blue, it is still the same quality, and Tuco hands over $91,000. And then, randomly, one of Tuco's men makes an offhanded remark to Walt, and Tuco becomes furious and beats the man with his fists until he is unconscious. And then as Tuco drives away, Walt and Jesse look at each other in shock as the episode and the season of season 1 ends. So pretty interesting developments. Now they have a big gallon tank of methylamine that can make them a lot of meth and make them a lot of money. You've got Crazy Tuco, who seems to like them. Like, oh, these fuckers, this Walt guy blew up some of my building, but he produces some dope-ass shit. So I like the episode. I'm going to give it a 9.2 out of 10. And the character of the episode, I kind of want to give it to Tuco, but I have to give it to Walt. It was ingenious to use the Etch-a-Sketch to, light that on fire and then melt the metal on the door. So, pretty good stuff. The stuff with Marie and Skyler was kind of annoying, but I did like the Walt, Tuco, Jesse stuff. So, you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad and you love this TV show and think it's one of the best TV shows of all time, definitely don't forget to smash that like button. If you know anybody that would be interested in this review, recap, reaction, go ahead and share the video to them. Don't forget to leave me a comment with your thoughts on Breaking Bad, your thoughts on this episode, or anything Breaking Bad related, I guess. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.